Morning, everybody. So this will be the second video that I've done, and the goal of this always is just to help people that have going through suffering and divorce, and there'll be a lot of other things I get into, a lot of different segments. Again, this is more just like a video diary for me. But today's topic, as I'm getting ready to make oatmeal after going to the gym, is love and protecting your heart. Love is one of the most powerful forces in the world, without a doubt. And even though I've been hurt and broken, and from my perspective, betrayed and surprised, hold on, the hot water's getting ready to go up, and surprised with the whole, I'm not in love with you anymore. And literally, this is only 94 days ago now, today, I believe. And, I've suffered a lot of pain during that time, 100%. And I want to preface this by 100%, I know I say it a lot, by telling everybody that I still believe in love. I believe that love is the most powerful force on the universe. I believe love hopes all, believes all, endures all, wishes all. Love doesn't covet. It's not, like the Bible says, love is the thing that binds us all, pure love. And I've come to believe too, since going to church, and I don't want to make this into a religious testimony, but I've come to believe that if you can practice love for something you can't see, you can't touch, you can't talk to, which is a higher power, however you want to define him. If you could practice that kind of love first, then secondary love of the physical will be even stronger. And I was in church whenever I got that revelation. I got goosebumps all over my body in waves. I've never had that before. And I've read other people tell me about whenever they've had, a voice speak to them, get out of that, don't do this, be careful of that, be careful of that. That's the closest I think that I've ever had to anything like that happening. But it dawned on me all at one moment that love, pure love, has to come from belief in something you can't see, touch, or feel. And the only way to practice that, make sure I got a half a cup of oatmeal. The only way to practice that is to love a higher power, 100%. I believe in it. Because if you could love something you can't see, touch, or feel, then you can love your wife, your child, yourself, your mom, your dad, your sister, your siblings, people around you, your friends. And that's the way you practice it. I will always believe in love, no matter how many times I feel betrayed by it or hurt by it, because there's a calling inside of my heart that tells me that's the right choice. Vindictiveness, mean, spiteful, pain, hurt, anger, rage, revenge, that doesn't come from love. It comes from a secondary emotion. All that's just secondary emotion. What I believe that comes from is basically hurt. When you're hurt, you turn it into anger and revenge. And that's not where we want to be, guys. So protecting your heart and love is going to be the topic of this. And love, I want to establish what love really is first, before we can even go into how to protect your heart. So love is the most purest form of connection you could ever have with anybody, even yourself, and even a being you can't describe, you can't see, you can't touch, you can't feel. So as long as we understand that is what love is. Love isn't what they do for you. Love isn't what you feel when you're around them. Love is the feeling that you have when you think about them, when you want what's best for them, even when it hurts. Even when it hurts. Even at the sacrifice of your own well-being, you still love them. That's why whenever separation and a woman leaves you, it hurts so much, because pure love tells you to still protect them, to sacrifice yourself for them. And I talked a little bit about that yesterday. And hold on, I got to get some almond butter. I talked about that a little bit yesterday. And as men, it's in our DNA to want to be able to protect women and children and anybody that's weaker than us. And if that's not in your DNA, then this doesn't speak to you, because that's what's in my DNA. And I believe that that's what's in every man's DNA. And I don't mean to be all, gender and all that other stuff. I don't really get all deep into that stuff. But I do want to say that I preface this with saying that a man's role and responsibility is protector and to guide the family. So how do you protect your heart? whenever you are trying to protect the other person. So what you have to identify to be able to protect your heart is intention. Not yours, hers. You have to identify what is their intention. And like I talked about yesterday, I said they're not really your enemy, but they are your opponent. So we have to start there. We have to start there. You have to start there. You have to start with, okay, this is now no longer my wife. This is no longer someone who has my best interest in mind. At some level, unfortunately, they are your opponent. And you have to accept that, guys. You have to accept that that's where you're at. So intention is the very first start on learning how to protect your heart. Intention. Now, intention could be in a lot of things. It could mean that she just intends on leaving you. It could mean that she intends on hurting you. It means that she intends on isolating your children and your family away from you. It could also mean that she intends on breaking you financially. And in the rare cases, she can intend to get you locked up and incarcerated. And I know a lot of guys that have had false claims against them of violence. And I've had something close to that one time with another relationship I was in. It all went away real quick. But yeah, when a person's hurt or vindictive and angry and they act on that emotion, they, especially when it comes to a woman, unfortunately, and I know men are out there too, but this video is mostly for men, is you're no longer an asset. You're not a resource to them. So you're not usable. You're not important to them. And you have to realize that the intention at that point no more is, if you're not a resource, then you're a liability in their life. And if you're a liability, a woman will always want to cut out that liability as soon as possible, at whatever level it is. It may be talking to the kids and saying what a asshole you are and how mean you are. Maybe talking to her family and say, oh, he's just violent, he's acting crazy, and try to isolate you and push you away further and further out. The thing that you have to do is understand intention. And you have to get that. It doesn't mean that she doesn't love you. It's just everybody, and a good close friend of mine talks about the pendulum. She's told me over and over and over, the pendulum will swing. She'll have mixed emotions. Like she'll love you and miss you, then she'll want to destroy your life. And she'll love you and miss you, and she'll want to destroy your life. We have the same thing too. So guys, what I want you to try to practice though is keep that pendulum like in the center. Whatever you got to do, try to keep it in the center. Don't go love bombing crazy and I hate you and I wish you would die. I love bombing you crazy and I hate you. I wish you would die. So get intention under wrap first of all. You have to be able to look at what she does, not what she says. You have to understand, what is she doing? Is she doing stuff that doesn't go along with what she says? She could text you and phone call you and leave emails saying how much she loves you and baby, I hope this works out. But if she's not showing up, if she's not meeting you at church, if she's not coming to the house, or at least going out for coffee dates every now and then after she leaves you, that whole I just need space is really, I'm test driving my single life, or I'm test driving it with another guy. You have to know this, guys, 100%. Women don't leave the house for space. They leave it for a trial run of being single. And if they're keeping you along and they're towing you along and they're doing the breadcrumbing and stuff like that, that's just you're being a backup plan, or they want to keep things cordial, or they don't want to look like the bad guy. That's really what it comes down to. Yes, again, everybody, I know that men do the same thing too, but this video is for men, and it's me explaining my experiences and hopefully helping anybody out there whatsoever. But you have to understand that you're just a resource and you're being used at some level. So the moment that you start to understand that a little bit better, hopefully you can ground that pendulum to where it's not going back and forth, back and forth. So number one thing is knowing the intention. Secondary thing is ground your pendulum. Don't let it swing back and forth, guys. You're going to want to. There's going to be times at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're going to want to just call her and text her, I miss you, come home, come home. And then if she doesn't respond, then you're going to be, I hate you, I hate you. Don't act out on that. So intention, grounding yourself. And the next thing is going to be reaction. I was at a courthouse yesterday with a friend of mine, and this individual sometimes loses their cool and stuff. And I could say that my number one rule for everybody is 5 seconds. And I know everybody always has that 10-second rule, but I want all the men on here to remember the 5-second rule. And that's, don't say nothing for 5 seconds. If you're mad, you're angry, you're hurt, whatever, don't say nothing. You have to be able to control your emotions. Because as little as it's told to you, the moment that you guys separate, everything you can say will be held against you in the court of law. You have to remember that. Everything you say will be held against you in the court of law, or even worse, the court of opinion. They're already going to try to smear you. They're already going to try to hurt your reputation. They're already going to try and tell everybody what a piece of shit you are. And so you've got to be ready for all that too. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot, guys, because you're going to see, like I told you yesterday, a stranger walking around in all your fondest memories. And that's hard to accept. It really is. It's hard to be able to look at somebody else and go, what happened here? Where's the woman I love? Where's that person I would die for? Where's that person I would kill for? Where is she? Well, she's checked out. And she checked out 6 months ago. There's no question about that, guys. Women seek stability. They seek comfort. And they seek things that are safe. They do not bounce out of a house unless you're violent and you're hurting them and you're a piece of shit and everything you got coming towards you, you deserve. But they do not bounce out into some shaky area with some dude they met at a club or at a bar or a church or nothing like that. They just don't do that. They run scenarios for months. They're running like, okay, what's this? What's that? The cause and effect, the pros and the cons. They're doing spreadsheets in their head. They're envisioning their life without you. And once they can accept that their life is okay without you, they're detached. After that, they just make a plan. They're planning it out. And you got to be ready for, like I said, whenever she tells you, I'm no longer in love with you, or I need to move out, or I need space, you better believe that she's already been thinking about this for 6 months. So intention, grounding that pendulum, and then also your reactions. Keep your reactions and your behaviors in check, guys, because you got to remember, this is a cold, calculated game. Unfortunately, it's a game of the hearts. It's a game that can crush you. It's a game that's going to hurt you. It's a game that's going to test your manhood. It's a game that's going to devastate you. And I speak from experience, man. I speak from experience. I was not cool, calm, and collected throughout this whole thing, but I didn't lose my cool on the phone or in text messages or bad-mouthing anybody behind their back or nothing like that. In this house right here, I screamed, I cried, I prayed for God to take my life. Everything. Screamed in the pillow. I hit pillows. I was hurting. I everything. And it was, every night. And I didn't sleep good. And the sponsor is brought to you by, today's message is brought to you by honey, all natural honey. But it goes in my oatmeal and I love it. So, intention. You have to know her intention. You have to ground that pendulum. You have to control your actions and behaviors. And then you got to control your thoughts. And the best way to be able to control your thoughts. And again, this is about healing your heart. And I know I didn't directly connect it to healing your heart, but this is an equation that's going to work out to where once you get yourself grounded and you're calm and you really believe in these 4 steps, 100%, then you're going to be okay. I understand this. So the final one is going to be acceptance. And the acceptance comes from you 100% understanding that there was a game plan made months, possibly even a year ago, that didn't include you. That game plan didn't include you, my brothers. That life's decision didn't include you. You were the last person to know about it. The very last person to know about it. And even then, it's still a lie because they'll tell you, I just need space. I need to work on myself. They're still lying to you, man. That's my experience. And I know it's probably a lot of your guys' experience too, because surprisingly, I did like almost 21 audio books, Audible books. It's on Spotify about relationships and women and stuff, because I really wanted to understand all this, because I'm building the best version of me for my next relationship. I'm tuning me up 100% so I can give all kinds of good parts of me. I'm 58 years old, and at first I felt like it was going to destroy me and that nobody would ever want me, nobody would ever love me, but you know what? It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter what somebody else wants. What's what I want. And what I want to be is I want to be the best version of me. I want to be the best son I could be. I want to be the best father I could be. I want to be the best pop I could be. I want to be the best physical strength I could be. I want to be an endurance guy. I want to be, facial cream guy. I want to be good looking haircut guy. I want to be a better dresser guy. And I definitely want to be a better husband again next time. I want to be a man that could see things before they come and try to correct it as fast as possible. Because it is a two-way street too. So the other thing too, though, is acceptance. Like I said, you have to accept the fact that whenever she tells you she just needs space, she's already been checked out for a long time and you're the last person to know. And you may not even know the full truth ever or a year from now, or 6 months from now. But you have to know there's a lot going on behind the curtain that you just will maybe never know. And a woman's heart is an ocean of secrets. It's an ocean of secrets. And you will have conflict because you'll want to see that woman that you married, that woman you got engaged with, the woman that brought your kids into the world, the woman that you buried your favorite dog with, the woman you went on trips with, the woman that you looked into the eyes and you thought this is the one that can take care of me and I'll take care of her for the rest of our lives. That's what you want to see. And there was that at that time, honestly. There was that at that time. You guys shared that, 100%. You shared that, and it's beautiful, man. That's why love is so phenomenal, man. You know, I don't want you guys to give up on love. I really don't. It hurts, it bends you, it breaks you, it tears you up, it makes you want to die, it'll make you angry, it'll give you self-esteem issues, it'll make you hurt. You know, but love is strong, man. I want you guys to remember that. Don't give up on love. Don't give up on love, because love is the thing that's going to heal you through this process. I know it's crazy, man. I know it's crazy. I know it sounds insane to sit there and tell you that the thing that hurt you the most was because you loved her, but the thing that's going to help you heal the most is because you have love. If you have love in your heart, man, you're going to be able to work through this, and you're going to be able to understand some of the faults that were yours and make a better version of yourself, man. It's 2026. This is day 94 since she told me she was no longer in love with me. And I still believe in love, man. I'm so excited about the things that I'm learning about me. And I'm so excited about the pain that I've walked through. And I'm so excited to be able to build a better me. And I'm excited about sharing that with the next person, man. Don't give up on love, guys. Please, don't give up on love. Remember the 4 steps to protect your heart and understanding what love really is. And again, love endures everything. It just doesn't mean you always have to be in love with that person no more. So separate their behaviors from what they used to be, okay? All right, you guys. Again, this has never been more than just my idea for this whole time of just a video diary. And if you guys find something from it, good. I really just want to help you. If you guys leave comments, I'll talk to you. You know, I'm always here, and I always enjoy helping people because helping other people helps me. And I've been living through these mistakes, and I've been living through these pains, and I've been living through these heartaches, and everything I can share is through my own experience and from things I've read and things that I've studied. I'm one of them people that I dive deep into it, and I will research it, and I will make the best version of me. And as I do that, I discover so much more that I'm willing to share with other people too. So reach out in the comments, and I'll comment back to you, and anything I could do to help you guys, man. Just remember this. There's always a better day tomorrow. Yesterday, I kept talking about putting one foot in front of the other. Even if you don't know which direction you're going, do that. All right, and remember, love can cure everything. Love you guys.